Man, guys, man, we just got to keep it a buck right here. I think Shannon Sharpe and Joy Taylor are probably the industry's jump offs. Now, we all know Shannon Sharpe got himself in a sticky situation, all these allegations. And Joy Taylor was on that same lawsuit with Fox about her sexual favors. But we're going to unpack all that here next, here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, it's a lot to unpack here. Shannon Sharpe. We all know Shannon Sharpe got himself in a sticky situation with all the allegations that came out against him. He has taken a leave of absence from ESPN First Take, which Stephen A. Smith said basically he don't know if he is going to return. Hopefully, Shannon Sharpe can get the situation under wraps. But right now, as you notice on Nightcap, with Shannon Sharpe, him and Ocho. Also, they got Slow Motion Joe Johnson on as well. And if you notice some of the things on his channel, like all the sponsors, you don't see them no more. So I don't know if Shannon Sharpe has lost a lot of sponsors through all these allegations. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. But Shannon Sharpe, man, in this industry, man, he got a long rap sheet. And Shannon Sharpe has had allegations with CBS and also Fox and now ESPN. Now, Joy Taylor. You know, Joy Taylor had came out in this lawsuit. I mean, this was like a 140-page document about Joy Taylor giving sexual favors. And we all know who Joy Taylor is. She got on the scene, the brother of Jason Taylor, ex-Miami Dolphin. And Joy Taylor, she's on Speak. And, you know, when she was going through this lawsuit, you know, she took a couple days off, but she was back on scene. But we've heard what Jason Whitlock had to say about Joy Taylor walking around, always flaunting her big kahunas and stuff like that. Now, Joy Taylor is the type of person that, you know, secretly, she'll tell you what she's all about. You just got to pay attention. If you look at some of her social media posts and all the things that she puts out there, it's always she's like showing her body off and things like that. But that's her prerogative. But she works in the industry. She works with Fox. She's on Speak with Acho and Shady McCoy and Keyshawn Johnson and Paul Pierce. I think it's called The Facility now. And, you know, she's back on the air. I don't know how her lawsuit is going. We haven't heard nothing else about it. And the same with Shannon Sharpe. But these two are a match made in heaven. I think they are the industry jump-offs. We all know Shannon Sharpe has a freaky side to him. We already know about Instagram incident where he went live, you know, exposing himself in a little jump-off situation with one of his jump-offs. Now he got himself in a very peculiar situation with this lawsuit about, you know, being aggressive, actually, you know, some rape allegations, allegedly. And, you know, Shannon Sharpe is, you know, being low-key right now. We haven't heard too much about how the lawsuit is moving forward, but Shannon Sharpe said he will, you know, file a lawsuit, defamation of his character. But Joy Taylor, recently she was on a podcast. She was on Truth Be Told. I think it's Paul Pierce's podcast, Truth After Dark. And Joy Taylor says some interesting things about her dating range and, you know, the type of men that she likes and, you know, basically putting herself out there, exposing herself. Because a lot of things that Joy Taylor says, a lot of people look like, oh yeah, she's easy. And Jason Whitlock said before that he had to keep himself away from, you know, Joy Taylor because he would have been like Trey Songz. He would have dived in head first. But Joy Taylor recently was on the Truth After Dark with, I think Paul Pierce has his podcast, Truth After Dark. They was talking about relationships and dating range and things like that and all kinds of sexual stuff. But I ran across a clip where Joy Taylor basically put herself out there and she said, when it comes to money, she's going to give in to any person that has money or things like that. So let's take a listen to this clip that I came across of Joy Taylor talking about, about men and basically, no holds bar. There's no limit if these people have these type of credentials. Take a listen.
Just keep it a buck. If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want, fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't kid, because women this and men this, you're moving forward with this person.
Yeah, you heard what Joy Taylor had to say. Now, a lot of people look at Joy Taylor as somebody that they can get a chance with. And why I say that Shannon Sharpe and Joy Taylor are a match made in heaven, because they work on these networks and all these allegations against them. They're the only two that's been caught up in these allegations. I know Emmanuel Acho's name was listed in Joy Taylor's, lawsuit, giving sexual favors. But I don't know what kind of partnership or friendship Joy Taylor and Acho have. I guess after work, they being indulging in some things that people don't know about. But basically, Joy Taylor puts it out there. And with Shannon is just he's just an industry freak. Shannon Sharpe is just, one of those guys that, he likes that action. And like I said, with Shannon Sharpe, what happened with Shannon Sharpe was everybody thought Shannon Sharpe was, playing the other side. So I think Shannon Sharpe had to come out and prove a point that, he was just straight into women. And he put himself out there on Instagram talking about, accidentally went live. No accident to go live on Instagram Live. You knew what you was doing. You just wanted to, put it out there like, man, you going straight to Pound Town on these women. But then you got audio clips of your stylist, Hollywood. You saying some things that people like, they're looking at you side-eyed now, like, Hollywood, what you gonna do with this? And then you got the likes of Joy Taylor, all the things that Joy Taylor says sexually and the way she puts herself out there on social media, all the swimsuit pictures, like Jason Whitlock said, always flaunting the big kahunas and things like that. Like, she's come on, air sometimes showing the cleavage and things like that. I don't know if, Fox told her to clean it up. Evidently they haven't, because she's still coming out there showing the cleavage and things like that, because I don't know what the lawsuit, is moving forward. We don't know. We haven't heard nothing else about the lawsuit once it came out. We don't know what the motion is on this. Same with Shannon Sharpe. But you just got to take it for what it is, man. You got to take it for, who they are. Joy Taylor and Shannon Sharpe are a match made in heaven, man. It's almost like they are the industry jump-offs, man. And they like that action. And basically, you keep going on these podcasts and you keep exposing yourself. And if you go listen to The Truth After Dark with Paul Pierce, you'll hear the things that Joy Taylor was saying. And then you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from on this aspect when I say that, Shannon Sharpe and Joy Taylor are the industry jump-offs. I think a lot of people probably didn't have some motion with these two. Like I said, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse, man. I just see for what it is, man. It got a lot of layers to it, man. So you guys get down in the comments section. Let me know what y'all think about Joy Taylor and Shannon Sharpe, man. Like I said, I think they're a match made in heaven. They're the industry jump offs, and I think a lot of people done had some motion with these two. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger, and we're going to catch you on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Droppin' podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.